Hey Travis kiddos, coming at you with some math. So, the other day you started working on figuring out what toy was named after President Theodore Roosevelt. Have you figured it out yet? I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm going to give you another day to figure it out. But if you've already solved this, awesome. If you haven't yet, go ahead and keep working. Remember, you need to solve all the problems here in order to fill in the letters matching to the numbers, okay? I'm going to show you today's work, and I have a challenge problem for you, okay? So let me show you the challenge. Today's challenge is solving for some shapes. So triangle plus triangle equals square. Square plus 6 equals 22. Can you figure out what triangle and square are? Remember, whatever this square is, it's the same as that square. The value of square stays the same every time you see it, okay? Same thing with triangle. The value of triangle stays the same every time you see it, okay? So see if you can figure that out. I'll give you a hint in just a minute, but I want you to try on your own first. Okay, so today's work, you're doing a number machine page. So again, we did this the other day, except you knew what was going in, and then something got added and something came out. So this time, we don't know what goes in, but we do know that something happens, and we know what comes out. So something goes in. We add 69 and 98 comes out. So how would we solve for this? How would you figure out what number goes in? We have 3 options. So some suggestions I would make would be try, guess, and check. So you have 3 options. Try them. Try putting one in, adding 69, and see if 98 comes out. If it works, wow, you made a great guess. If it doesn't, try a different number. Another option you could do is work backwards. You could start here, take away 69, and see what comes out. That will be the number that goes in. And of course, double check by putting it in, adding 69, and making sure 98 comes out. Okay, so 2 options there for you, or 2 strategies, I should say. You can try one, you can try both, and of course, double check, make sure that your answer is correct. You also have another question. This one is a riddle, so it's a funny one. It's a play on words. It's a little punny. So, which fish do you find in space? So here's a fish in space. I wonder what it is. So same thing here. You're going to be adding and then putting in whatever your number is. That's your solution, the whole, right, that you find. That letter is going to go in that number. So they figured out 45 plus 7 for us already. It was 52. So we find 52, and they put T in for 52 because that is the number that corresponds, the letter that corresponds with that number. Okay? So you would do 52 plus 5. So that number, you're going to put an A down here. Let's do that one. So 52 plus 5. You could even try to do this mentally. Okay, we're adding ones. So let's add the ones with the ones. 52 has how many ones? 2. So there are 2 ones. Let's add the 5 more. So 2 plus 5, what is that? Do you know it just like this already? If not, use a strategy you know. Do 2 fingers and 5 fingers. Count them all. Get out objects and count them. Count on from one of the numbers. I would choose to count on from the bigger number because that's less counting and less to have to keep track of. So let's do it. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 ones. Now add the 10s back in. So if we have 7 ones and 5 10s, what do we have? 57. So we need to find the 57 and put an A there. So let's go down here, up right next to the T. So 57 is an A. Okay. Now, you might not use all of these letters. So be careful. Don't just try to guess whichever one might go in the spot. Actually solve all the problems first and then put the letters into the spots, and you will figure out what the riddle is. Okay? So have fun with that. Let's come back to the challenge problem. Now, I'm not going to solve it for you, but I will give you some hints and get you well on your way. So here, what I would do, since we don't really know anything in that first part, I could try to guess, but it would be a lot of work to guess and check and then have to keep changing my number. I know I can figure this one out. So I'm going to go ahead and focus on this second number sentence and work backwards. So something plus 6 equals 22. Could you figure that out? You could guess and check here, or you could use a related fact, okay? So if I were to make a number bond here, I would say 22 is the whole, and the parts are something and 6. So something plus 6 equals 22. A related fact would be 22 minus 6 equals something. So part plus part equals whole. Whole minus part equals part. So 22 minus 6 is, can you figure that out? You go ahead and figure that out. Once you do, you know what number goes in the square. Okay? Let me give you another second to figure it out. Did you count back? Did you do vertical subtraction? Did you do sticks and dots? If you do, you're gonna have to trade a 10 for 10 ones. So, 22 minus 6 is 16. If we count backwards, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Okay, so 16. Ooh, I'm helping you solve for square. You're gonna have to figure out triangle. So we know this is 16. And if this square is 16, this square has to be 16. Okay, so if we know this square is 16, something plus itself, so the same number, it's going to be a doubles fact. So think about what doubles fact equals 16 when you add the same number twice. If you know it, you can solve for triangle. If you don't, I suggest trying some things. 1 plus 1, would that make 16? Not even close. 2 plus 2, if the triangle was 2, not quite yet. 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, so you could keep trying to figure it out, but I don't want to do everything for you. I want you to practice and figure out the challenge yourself. Okay, so here are a couple of steps to get you started. I helped you solve for square. Now you solve for triangle. Again, this is just something extra, some enrichment for you, as well as the workbook pages. Have fun with it and happy learning.